Harry, today's topic is going to be on the birth of Jesus, so I must ask you, when was Jesus born, Harry?
That's a silly question. We all know the answer. Christmas. The birth of Jesus is December 25. That's easy. So, what about the year? The year is zero. Everything before that was BC, before Christ. Both those answers are not correct. So, what is the correct answer? My personal correct answer is April 25 BC. Obviously, that's only a guess. But let's do the year first. Our year numbering system was established long ago based on the year of Jesus. Maybe 50 years later, it was discovered that King Herod had died about 4 BC, 4 years before Jesus. We know that Herod tried to kill Jesus, but he himself died sometime after the killing of the babies. So instead of changing the numbers, we changed Jesus' birth year to 5 BC. So, how did we know Jesus' birthday is December 25? In approximately the year 330, Constantine, the Roman emperor, claiming to be a Christian, felt awkward about the heathen Saturnalia feast, celebrating the winter solstice on December 25. So he rededicated this feast and called it Jesus' birthday, Christmas. The Christians in his time had not recorded or celebrated the day at all, so any day was fine. They were happy. In the year 195, 200 years after Jesus' birth, that's 1800 years ago now, a man by the name of Clement of Alexandria wrote his opinion on this. He says that based on extensive research, Jesus was born on either April 19 or 20, or a month later, May 20. He wasn't sure. Personally, April would seem appropriate, the Passover season, when Jesus also was crucified for our redemption. April would also be lambing season for the Passover lambs needed each year. They were males, sheep or goats, 1 year old. They needed a lot of them. Many shepherds would be in the fields attending the sheep for that. Could you read Luke 3:23?
Yeah, it says, now Jesus himself was about 30 years old when he began his ministry. He was the son, so it was thought, of Joseph.
Jesus started his ministry about the age of 30, it says. That's the only place it mentions that in the Gospels. Based on a time chart, Jesus' ministry was about 3.5 years. That means he would have been about 30 and a half years old, still 30. That might have been okay. Others believe, based on this, that he was born in the fall. Winters in Israel are very cold and wet. It's the rainy season, not fit for shepherds to be out by night. Fall or spring are both good. Could you read Luke 2:1?
In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world.
A census for the entire Roman world. It had to be either spring or fall. Summers were too hot and winters too cold, especially in a lot of his area. People had to be able to travel in decent conditions. Joseph and Mary had to travel about 80 miles to get to Bethlehem. It seems the early church did not celebrate special event days, and the Gospels don't record the date of the event of Jesus' birth. What they did celebrate weekly was communion, the bread and wine. Remember Jesus' broken body and poured out blood, redeeming us from our sin. That today is still an enduring legacy for all Christians.
Amen. Thanks a lot for this, Harry.
Thank you.